Hello, guys. What an interesting morning, early afternoon for me. I did a 1 hour phone call with a really cool guy who wanted to learn about my story and how I code. I taught him how I code, and we're going to do more of them in the future. That went well. Went outside to take my trash out, and I find my back tire was punctured. It's like, oh no. So pump it up with air, drive to the local mechanic, find out there's two giant nails in my back tire. Made me think about Jesus being nailed to the cross. And I thought, oh my word. So yeah, for the last hour and a half, I've been sorting that out. But it's done now. It happens, doesn't it? You have those moments in your life. You can't foreshadow like a flat tire, and you just got to deal with it. So this whole live stream today, hey John, hey Alan, hey Divine Feminine Living UK, baby. This live's pretty much all about Chuck. He told me he has some amazing finds. I just want to listen. I don't really want to talk. Been doing that all morning. So I vaguely know what he's going to talk about, but it's also very mysterious, and that's how I like it. Hey, Faisy, much love to you. Thanks to everyone who's signing up to my website, buying my book. Everyone who's leaving as well, that's fine as well. Much love to you all. Told you how it works, it seems, with my website at the moment. 5 sign up, 3 leave. 4 sign up, 2 leave. It's all over the show, but thank you for anyone who's ever supported it. So I'm going to call him now, and let's see what he has to say. I have done a decode on my website about why Ronaldo will be playing Messi January the 19th. I'm not going to do a video today about it, maybe tomorrow. But guys, there's a deep reason why Messi and Ronaldo are going to be meeting in Saudi Arabia, where Bin Laden was born and where the Saudi prince was born. It's really, really, really deep. But I'm not going to talk about that today. This is about Chuck. So I'm going to call him, and let's see what he has to say, eh? I'm sure it's very interesting. It always is with Chuck. So Dion, I'm getting rid of him straight away. See you later. He's gone. Bye. So he's coming straight away. He's the guy who just pops up and basically sticks up for Joseph. So they're gone. I've decided now at this point, and a lot of people told me this, anybody who's just coming in every live stream to intentionally try and take over the chat, they're just gone. They're gone, and they'll be banned from the channel. So there you have it. He's gone. How's he come straight back? So again, it's interesting how this happens, how they can come back. Are they even real people? Because it says here the user's messages will be hidden, and then he's coming straight back in. It's just a shame that this is how it goes. There's always going to be people trying to put out the light that I reveal. So here we go. Evening, Paul. Hello, Plumber. Mad Lisa. I'm going to call him now. Hey, Philip. What's up, brother? God wins. Right, here we go. I'm going to call him. And I have battery this time. Look at that. 30 in the live, 7 likes. Messi wears 30 for PSG. And Ronaldo 7. 3:07 is Demon Hour. 3:07 a.m. Watch the movie The Conjuring. Hey, Dan. Much love. Yeah, YouTube is a joke. It really is a joke, to be honest with you. But it gives me a platform to speak, so it's not all bad. Like everything, there's light and dark. It's giving me a platform to speak my mind. Right, I'm calling him. 10 likes for Satan. God in gematria equals 10 as well, and people forget that. Type in God, you'll see it also equals 10. Remember, Satan always tries to replicate God. Right, here we go.
Hi, Adam. How you doing?
I'm well. I've sorted out my tire. I come home. I had some quiche, some salad, so I feel a bit more energized now. So I've just let everybody know I have a small indication about what you're talking about, but in general, I have no idea where you're going with the code, and I'm really excited. And you basically said you're going to tell a story.
Yeah, there's numbers to it, obviously, but the storyline itself made me go, what the hell is this? This reality, this coded reality we live in it.
When you say wow,
storyline.
yeah, when you say wow, I have to share this. It always gives me goosebumps. Some of the fans. I'm not going to claim this find, so I want you to say it. Can you tell everybody your find with the Church of Satan and with the NHS? I don't want to claim it. Can you tell them?
I was founded 6,660 days after the what was it? The birth of
Anton LaVey, yeah.
In the 1930s. And you know what's weird also?
What's that?
We're doing this live about Torino,
yes.
which is Bulls.
Yeah.
And who's on TV right now? Oxford against Arsenal.
Ah, and who played for Arsenal? Oxlade-Chamberlain, didn't he? The Ox. His nickname's the Ox. He used to play for Arsenal before he went to Liverpool.
Yeah, true.
Wow, so it's Oxford United. My good mate who I played at Bradford City with, he was the captain of Oxford, Jake Wright. I was with him at Bradford for years. He captained Oxford for many years. Now he's just semi-pro, but he was at Oxford, Sheffield United, Halifax Town, Bradford City. So, yeah, great call, yeah.
Robbie Fowler is there because his son plays for Oxford.
See, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to League One, League Two like I used to because I have no interest in basically professional football at all. But obviously, I've heard that.
It's just that it's on TV, and I've got it on. I'm not.
What's the score? I'm guessing Arsenal are winning.
It's 0-0. I don't think there's been one shot on target, and there's 50 minutes gone. What a joke.
It is comical, isn't it, that a team like Arsenal, who's under 21, should be hammering Oxford, can be involved in these games. Like Villa losing to Stevenage, and it's almost comical. It shows you it's a code. I'm going to speak to you later about, let's not mention it, the team I like for the FA Cup. I found something else. I'll message you after the game. It's very interesting.
Okay. I've yet to go deep into that.
Yeah, you and I think are gonna nail that. Or at least whatever we present with you and I, we always reveal incredible information. So it's not. Isn't it a little bit naive when people think that they can come to somebody's website and you're going to call every single future in every sport every year? It's almost comical, isn't it? To be honest.
Oh yeah. I mean,
now, how many teams are in the FA Cup?
The Super Bowl is proving very hard to nail, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody's saying that. So when it comes to the Super Bowl, there are people presenting, and there's no other way around it. They're presenting incredible finds for so many teams this year. This is so hard this year with the Super Bowl. So when it comes to daily picks, that's where I can excel. I'm rarely wrong. Futures, like in the FA Cup, bro, how many teams play in the FA Cup if you go all the way to the first round? I'll check. Let me check that. Because it's interesting to know. I'm sure there's a number that we can connect it with. So how many teams play in the FA Cup? We know there's 32.
96?
124.
Oh, right.
So 124. So you're predicting the team out of 124 teams. Of course, there's majority of them pretty much don't have a chance. The semi-pro teams. You can rule out probably. You could probably rule out, I'd say probably 100 maybe.
Yeah.
100, like as a team ever won the FA Cup from the second division, aka the championship? Don't think so.
No, maybe the championship, maybe. I wouldn't have even thought that, mate.
So you've pretty much got a 20-1, and then you've got your main teams. But again, the fact is, like in the FA Cup this year, you wouldn't be shocked. Well, let's talk about it at the beginning because I know teams have been knocked out. Let's talk about it from the beginning. You wouldn't be shocked if it were Man City. You wouldn't be shocked if it were Liverpool. You wouldn't be shocked if it were Chelsea or Man United or Arsenal or Spurs. And then you wouldn't be majorly shocked if somebody like when Leicester did it. It's not like a major wow moment. So there's a lot of
No.
there's so much to factor into it all. West Ham could win it. You won't be that shocked. Like, to call futures like the NFL, there's 32 teams. To get it right out of 32 at the very beginning, it's incredibly challenging. That's why I'm so proud I've done it in 10 different sports. It's really hard to do. So anyway, I'm not going to talk. Let's break down your riddle or story. Let's go. I'm excited.
So Torino Football Club has been a club plagued with disasters. Before that, though, they were the dominant Italian team in the 1940s, winning six Scudettos up until the late 1940s, winning 5 Scudettos in a row, including the 1948 Scudetto with a plus 92 goal difference. I don't think even Barcelona or Madrid ever achieved that kind of.
That is incredible. Do you know that Pele has scored 92 hat-tricks? And
really?
Yeah, 92 is really big. The first ever World Cup when Anton LaVey was born, 1930, that's 92 years ago. And Pele actually represented Brazil 92 times. 92 seems to be a very important number indeed. Okay.
And at one point, 10 of the 11 Italian national team were all Torino players, except for one. And Torino's curse first began with a plane crash, similar to the Munich air disaster. And the plane hit the Basilica Superga, located on the 45th meridian north, on the 4th of the 5th, 49.
What?
Il Diavolo equals 45, the devil. IHS equals 36, 45. Torino were just about to win their 6th Scudetto, and 6 is square root of 36. And 36 try is 666. And the Superga Basilica sits 669 meters above sea level. And Church of Satan equals 669 in reverse satanic cipher.
What?
It crashed into the Basilica at 1703, and the 173rd prime is 1031, and 173 is the 40th prime, and the devil equals 131 and 40.
What?
And this Superga air disaster was a span of 105 months, 3 days to Munich air disaster. Jesuit order equals 153. And in days, it's 3,200 days to the Munich air disaster, 32 rays on the Society of Jesus logo. Pope in late 40s was Pope Pius XII, installed as Pope on 3-2.
And mate, just to cut you off, you know Messi's going to be playing Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia. It's PSG against an all-star team, including Ronaldo. They're going to be playing on 119, which is 9/11 in reverse. And that game takes place exactly 32 days after Messi won the World Cup. And
wow, do they even have time? I mean, the league's kicking off again.
What's that?
How do they make time?
It's ritual, because Messi and Ronaldo work for the Beast in the Middle East, so they're going out there, and it's 32 days after the World Cup final. Argentina's flag has 32 rays, like the Society of Jesus' logo. Ronaldo has 32 trophies. He has 32 trophies.
Right.
It's just crazy. And didn't you know the Hillsborough disaster?
Yeah.
Wasn't it 32 years after that we got the 97th victim? And his last name's Devine.
Yeah, Andrew Devine.
Yeah, 32. So
32,
that connects to Scottish Freemasonry, 32nd degree, which connects to your 6, 3 times 2. So the 32 is monumentally huge, isn't it? Like crazily huge, 32.
Yeah, and 33 as well.
Yeah, and there's 32 teams that participate in the World Cup and in the NFL.
Yeah.
There's got to be a reason for that.
Oh, right. Yeah. And the Superga crash was on double 32 DN and double 58 DN, and Munich air disaster was in 1958.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
The crash was after returning from a match in Lisbon against Benfica, killing all 31 passengers, 18 Torino players, 4 flight crew, coaching staff and journalists. And that crash was 4 to the 5th. Day can be read 5-4, Jesuit order equals 5-4, Kobe Bean Bryant equals 1-4. And that crash was exactly 144 weeks exactly to Elizabeth becoming queen, and Jesuit order equals 144.
And
she was made queen.
So Kobe died in a helicopter crash, didn't he? Aviation. And Queen Elizabeth died the 251st day of the year, which is the 54th prime number.
Oh, right, yeah.
Wow, keep going. So that the 144s, yeah, you've taught me so much with how that number syncs up with Queen Elizabeth. It's insane.
And she was made queen on 6-2.
Yep.
6/2. Torino Calcio equals 62. Queen equals 62. Superga Basilica equals 62. Superga Air Disaster equals 84. The Jesuit Order equals 84. Queen Elizabeth II equals 84. Her Majesty the Queen equals 84. And they managed to win that Scudetto 2 days later using their reserve team, predominantly.
Their reserve? Oh, okay. That they already won the league? Oh, no, because the players died.
They had 1 game left, I think, and obviously there was no one left to play it but their reserve team.
But was it a must? Was it a must win, or had they already won the title?
I think they'd already won. They were like 4 points clear anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say that they must have already won.
Yeah, there's not too much. It's hard digging info out from 1949, to be honest.
Well, 1949 is when George Orwell released his book 1984.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he released it 6/8, 1949, and exactly 77 years later, the upcoming World Cup begins. 6/8, 2026.
Yeah.
It's
and of course, this is the 142nd FA Cup, and George Orwell equals 142. So.
Yeah, and that's Ericsson's birthday as well. Maybe, I'm not saying this is United, but Ericsson's born 14/2, which is Valentine's Day, which connects to hearts. It connects to hearts, and we're having a lot of cardiac arrests and heart attacks.
Yeah, but also, it's the 131st anniversary of Liverpool founded and 131 championship.
Yeah. It began. This FA Cup began on 8/6, which is funny because Pope Francis became the Pope 86 days after his birthday. Arsenal have scored now.
Oh right, yeah. 62 maybe. 63.
Was it?
3rd minute. They haven't got the time up yet, but I'm guessing. No, 63. So 64th minute.
64th minute.
3-1-3 Pope Francis.
Yeah, and coronavirus was declared a global pandemic 3/11, the 64th prime, and
Arteta's very connected to that. Yeah.
Well, he was the first Premier League coach to test positive, and he was born 26/3, the 56th prime, which is the big number with coronavirus.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, the Queen and Kobe, that crash was 24 weeks, 3 days after Prince Charles's birth. The Superga Air Disaster equals 243. Queen Elizabeth II, written out, second, equals 243. Charles's wife, Princess Diana, died 243rd day of the year, as did Rocky Marciano. Kobe Bean Bryant equals 243.
Bro, do you know Damar Hamlin, who just had a so-called cardiac arrest?
Yeah, I've been hearing a bit about it, yeah.
Mate, the guy was born the 24th of March, 24/3.
Oh, shit, Jesus.
He was born 24/3, bro.
Is he, in hospital?
Yeah, they said he had a cardiac arrest, that he was close to death. Hey, Durrell, much love, baby. Hope you well, bro. Hope everything's good. I'll speak to you soon. And listen.
I'm telling you that.
Wow.
That 243 is a death number.
And it's connected to 72 because 24 times 3 is 72, and it's 3 days, which connects to Jesus. 72 hours is 3 days, and there's 72 goetic demons. That's why I've said Ronaldo was born a span of 7 weeks and 2 days after Francis turned 48. The upcoming World Cup's going to have 48 teams. Somebody's mentioned this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about 1949. Stephen Morgan said this. 1949 was the year of the ox, bro, in the Chinese zodiac.
Wow.
So you want to mark that down on your code. That's absolutely insane with all this stuff with the ox. And 1949 was the year of the ox. I didn't know that. That's amazing.
No, I didn't even look that up. And also, you mentioned the 243. 2 times 43 was 86, and 86 the next day.
Yeah, because they say the average coffin's 8 foot, and you go 6 foot under.
8. Yeah.
Yeah, you get 86. The famous saying is you got 86. It means you got murdered. You got 86.
Yeah. And the Undertaker born 24th of the 3rd, the wrestler, and Johan Cruyff died 24th of the 3rd. So
wow.
And the plane that crashed, it was a Fiat G212 CP. Obviously, Poe Francis equals 212. But there's more weird connections to that.
And Super Bowl 57. Super Bowl 57 is going to be played 2-1-2.
1-2. Yeah.
This is so. I've asked you this before because I know how incredible you are at this. You just think it's somewhat supernatural, don't you? You know it's not man.
It's not man, and I think this code will prove it. And like,
it already has.
If someone like that says this is man, then you'll see later on in the not even the code, the storyline. It can't be man.
Keep going. Already, I feel like that with the knowledge that I've gathered and presented. I'm almost certain. I can almost speak with certainty that it's not man completely behind it. Man's just being used.
It would mean that the Jesuits have these precision hitmen all over the place.
Yeah, they've got hitmen hired everywhere. Yeah, exactly. Right, keep going, mate. This is so amazing, and I know you're only just getting started. Oh, wait. Somebody said this. This Stephen Morgan is on the ball. Torino was founded in 1906, which is a horse year. 1949 was the ox year, the enemy year of the horse. You need to pay attention to enemy years in astrology. The universe is telling me, Chuck, I need to study astrology at a high level. It's telling me. I'm getting all these signs. So the horse and the ox, they're enemies of each other in astrology. So that's interesting.
It would take you to the next level.
I believe so.
I don't know much about astrology at all.
We can help each other.
Yeah, but there's not many places to learn, if I'm honest.
I'll ask this guy, Stephen. Stephen, where's the best place where we can learn about astrology? Do you have a YouTube page? Are you aware of anybody who has one? Is there any books? I want to go next level with astrology for my personal journey to then help other people. Told you. Chuck, are you kind of over decoding sports? You just do it, but are you kind of over it? Almost. I want to go next level now.
I'm concentrating a little bit more on futures more than daily picks because, like take the other day, the Inter Milan game, it was perfectly good code you would think would hit, but they were doing a World Cup code, a stupid 2-2. It ended 2-2.
Yeah, there were 2-2s everywhere, weren't there? Yeah, there were 2-2s everywhere.
He scored an own goal to make it 2-2. You can't predict, you can't code for that, can you?
No, not 93rd minute goal. All you can do there is cash out before, which I would have done. But anyway, right. Hopefully somebody will give it. Guys, if you have any recommendations for anyone who talks about astrology, if there's any links, any websites, anything, let me know. Any books, I'm going to invest in it, to be honest. I'm very intrigued by astrology. So keep going, Chuck. Let's get back to what you were talking about.
Yeah, so they went 2 days later, they went on to win their 6th Scudetto, and they would not win it. They would not win their 7th for another 27 more years. And Fiat equals 27, Ritual equals 27. Minus the 4 flight crew, 27 passengers died in that crash. And they won their first ever Coppa Italia, 11th of the 6th, 1936, 27 weeks before Pope Francis's birth. And 27th prime is 103. Pope Francis Bergoglio equals 103. And you'll see why there's more connections to Pope Francis later, several decades before he becomes Pope. And they also went 21 years from their last Coppa Italia trophy to the other one.
Did you know? So you know,
Torino.
coronavirus was declared a global pandemic 7 years after Francis became the Pope. 2020, he became the Pope. 2013. So many sevens.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh.
And so the Torino fans began to speak of a curse, much like the Chicago Cubs and the Billy Goats.
Yeah, there's that curse. And there was also a curse supposedly with Birmingham City at one point.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Put a curse in St. Andrews. Yeah.
And curse equals 2169, Jesuit Order 69. Luigi Mironi, who I'll get to in a bit, equals 69. Lentini, who was the most expensive player at one point.
How much?
Born in 69. Umberto Agnelli died age 69. He was the owner of Fiat, or the CEO. Catholic Church equals 69. Mark of the Beast equals 69. Queen Elizabeth equals 69.
And Queen Elizabeth was coronated exactly 69 weeks after becoming queen.
69 weeks.
Exact.
Yeah, I won't forget that one.
David Bowie died at age 69, didn't he? Supposedly, the character.
Was he 69?
Yeah, it was 69, which connects to yin and yang and connects to Saturn and all of that duality.
Yeah. And the plane crash was at the time of Pope Pius XII, and he equals 69. Pope Pius XII equals 69.
1 second, bro. 1 second. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just trying to look at the chat. Durrell, thank you so much. So Durrell says, now you want to learn about astrology, I got you. Durrell's one of the most intelligent people I've ever spoken to. I knew he was pretty much an expert when it came to mythology and history. I didn't know he studied astrology. So that's amazing, Durrell. I would love to learn from you, mate. I appreciate that.
Does he do YouTube videos on it?
No, Durrell's not interested in YouTube or anything. Like, I've had him on lives a few times, but he's just a very, very smart guy. Wait. Why did I get 69? Didn't Bowie actually die did he die at 42?
No, he was older than that. Definitely. He was about 60 something. He
was? Let me keep going. I'm gonna take a look here because he was born in 47, wasn't he? Yeah, he was born in 47. He died 2016, the year Prince died. So I was right, 69.
Right, yeah.
All right, keep going.
And it was a span of 10 years, 9 weeks, 1 day after Pope Pius the 12th was installed as Pope. Society of Jesus equals 191. He just happened to die same year as the Munich air disaster, 35 weeks after that crash. And Satan equals 8035. POXII equals 8035.
Wow.
And then more disaster for Torino. They had a star player born from the 1960s, Luigi Mironi, and he died while recklessly crossing the road on 15th of the 10th, 1967, a span of 9,000 days after his birth. On 24th of the 2nd, 1943 was his birth. 9 is square root of 81. 9 triangular is 45. Ritual equals 8145. And coincidentally, he was born same date as Ukraine war began, 79 years earlier, and Society of Jesus equals 79.
What?
And what's really weird is the pilot who crashed the plane in the Superga disaster was called Pierluigi Mironi, and this guy is called Luigi Mironi. So you can't make this stuff up.
When I think of Pierluigi, I always think about Pierluigi Collina, the most famous referee in the world, the bald head.
Oh, yeah. He passed on as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he went, yeah. Yeah.
And he died crossing the road recklessly with his teammate, but only he died. His teammate only received some.
What does it mean by crossing the road recklessly? What was he moonwalking?
He wasn't. No, he didn't use. He didn't use where they have a zebra crossing. He just crossed it, waited in the middle of the lanes to cross again. And what happened was another car was a bit too close, and he stepped back, and a Fiat again hit him and killed him, but his mate survived. And this was It was in Corso Riamberto equals 187191. Society of Jesus equals 199187. Adolf Hitler equals 187. Moroni was born 2 years, 66 days before Hitler's death. Francis is 266.
How are you doing this? How do you do that? That's wild to me. Like, it's crazy how you do all of that, to be honest. Like Francis, the 266th Pope, visited the White House to become the third Pope to visit the White House. And he does it the 266th day of the year. People, they dismiss it. LeBron James, Kobe, both drafted 26-6. Like,
yeah, it's mad. And then Prince Philip died on a day deep.
Yeah, which is the 99th day of the year, which connects to 9/11. Because yeah, 9 times 11 is 99.
Or 2 years, 9 weeks, 3 days after Hitler's death, and 293 is 62nd prime. And again, Torino Calcio equals 62. Corso Riamberto equals 70. Gigi Moroni equals 70. Gigi is like a nickname for Luigi.
And Gigi is also, Gigi was Kobe Bryant's daughter. Gigi Bryant.
Yeah. Daughter or son?
Daughter. 13-year-old daughter who died with him in the helicopter crash. Gigi.
No, but what I'm saying, with a name like Gigi, she might have been a dude.
Oh, no, Gigi was definitely a bloke. Gianna Bryant was a bloke.
Right. But even weirder was the car that struck him was driven by a teenager who was an avid Torino fan, and Moroni was his idol. And this 19-year-old kid would later go on to become Torino club president, Attilio Romero. And Romero was driving a Fiat 124 Coupe, and Fiat is owned by Torino's biggest rivals, Juventus owners, the Agnelli family. Just like the Superga air disaster was a Fiat plane. And
wow.
The CEO of Fiat, sorry?
No, and Juventus are called the Old Lady, which connects to Queen Elizabeth. The nickname's the Old Lady.
Yeah. And the CEO of Fiat at the time was Umberto Agnelli. And Moroni was struck down by a Fiat on Corso Riamberto. It's crazy.
So I'll ask you this, and we don't know this. We can only code what we're told, can't we? So
I know people might think, they just put that.
No, but it doesn't matter. Like, why? Okay, let's say this then, right? Let's say this. Say it's been made up. Why? Why would they make it up? Why would they say the Fiat? Why would it be on that road? Why would he be with his friend? Why would they come up with that? What's the purpose of that? Why would
the pilot have identical name to the guy that died from Torino?
Yeah, it's like when Kobe and Gigi died. Yeah, when Kobe and Gigi died, somebody said, by the way, a guy called Paul, he says Gigi is also a nickname of the horses. It connects to the 4 horsemen. That's incredible. And G connects to Freemasonry, doesn't it? They have the big G in their logo. But Kobe and Gianna died 126. And the pilot's initials was AZ. Like 126. The pilot's initials was AZ. 126. Like, why would they do all of this? What's the purpose?
This thing here is like, it really... no, it doesn't prove, but it really points to a coded reality.
Yeah, exactly, a coded reality, like, which is what I'm trying to show people every day. And this code, and you've still got way more, yeah?
Because there's another guy as well. There's not loads more, but there's another guy that...
Well, mate, Kobe Bryant was born in a horse year. Can't believe this.
Wow.
He was born in a horse year, mate. What the heck? I didn't say that. This is Stephen Morgan. I'm just reading the chat.
Crazy,
Yeah. I didn't know that. I'm going to look way into when they're born. Zodiac signs with these players now all day long. Yeah. There's got to be a reason why all these NFL teams are all named after animals, pretty much, the majority of them.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
And the guy who ran that Moroni over, apart from going on to become Torino president, he actually took up a position with Fiat in the press office. So what are the chances?
That's outrageous.
And this Moroni, he died on his way back from a 4-2 win against Sampdoria, equals 42, in a match where he gets a red card and obviously beast reigns for 42 months. And he died age 24, like reflection.
What time did he get sent off?
I couldn't find that detail in the game at all. I was looking for that.
So, wait, what? It was Torino versus Sampdoria, yeah?
Yeah.
What date? What date was it? 1949? Sorry. Keep going.
You can try and look it up. I couldn't find it.
I'll find it. You're saying it finished 4-2, yeah?
Yeah, 4-2. It was in October 1949.
Okay, I'll find it.
1967, not 49.
It's 1967, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, keep going. I'll find it.
Yeah, and Umberto Agnelli went on to die in 2004, age 69, and again the Jesuit order equals 69. Umberto Agnelli was born 2 years, 46 days before Pope Francis. Freemasonry founded 24th of the 6th, and 2 years, 46 days is 111 weeks exactly. Jorge Mario Bergoglio equals 111, and the Basilica of Superga was consecrated on 1st of the 11th, 1731. It broke ground in 1717, same year Freemasonry was founded. Torino then won their 7th and last Serie A title, 16th of the 5th, 76. Luigi Moroni equals 132, 165. The Catholic Church equals 165, 165. And they won that trophy 103 months, 2 days after his death. And another sacrifice for that win was ex-Torino captain Giorgio Ferrini, who went on to become assistant coach at Torino, and he died from 2 brain aneurysms. He died on 8th of the 11th, 76, on the 313th day of year.
Oh, no.
Francis installed as Pope on 313, and he died a span of exactly 36 years, 18 weeks to Francis installed as Pope. And of course, IHS equals 3680. He died a span of 177 days after Torino's 7th Serie A, or Scudetto, and the Jesuit order equals 177. His first brain aneurysm was 25th of the 876, a span of 14 weeks, 4 days after the trophy win.
What?
Again, Jesuit order equals 144. And his second brain aneurysm was 10/18/76, like 10/18.
Luke 10:18, yeah. Satan got cast out of heaven.
Yeah, I saw Satan fall like lying from heaven. 2 lightning bolts hit the basilica, and he suffered 2 brain aneurysms.
What?
And not only that, he scored a total of 42 goals for Torino, and lightning struck Basilica on 42nd day of the year.
And Vatican City was founded the 42nd day in 1929.
Yeah, and of course 42nd prime is 181, and his second aneurysm was on 1810.
Oh,
and
my
he played
goodness!
A total of 443 games for Torino. 443 is 86 prime.
And it's a very, very, very popular football formation, 4-3-3.
4-4-3.
Oh, well, okay, sorry.
Yeah, and the Jesuits equals 86, blood sacrifice 86, and we just spoke about the 86s. Yeah, and then we have Gianluigi Lentini, born 27th of the 3rd, 69, 86th day of the year, 279 remaining. Jesuits founded on 279.
Yeah, 27th of September. Wow.
Yeah. At one point, he was the world's most expensive player who had 2 spells at Torino. First spell, he played 111 games. Jorge Mario Bergoglio equals 111.
Bro, have you heard how they use terms like spell and possession?
Yeah.
It's just, it's in your face, isn't it? It's his second spell with the club. he's renowned for doing a great job of keeping possession of the ball for his team. It's like, it's so in your face.
Yeah.
It's really in your face. That's a magical finish from Messi. Like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's blatant.
All demons, yeah. And his second spell was after signing for AC Milan. And it was while he was at Milan when he had a car crash at age 24 that put him in a coma for a couple of days. And he crashed his Porsche 911, almost killing him. But survived a fractured skull and damaged eye socket. But he was never the same again as he suffered headache, dizzy spells, blurred vision. According to his teammate, Marcel Desailly, he lost his balance and dribbling skills. He contributed to AC Milan's Champions League trophy, but was only able to play a few minutes here and there. He was a sacrifice for that Milan Champions League win, or at least his career was. That Champions League final was 18th of the 5th. Lentini was sold to Milan for 18.5 billion lira, which they say was £13 million. 13th triangular number is 91. Gianluigi Lentini equals 91. 13th prime equals 41.
Mate, the United States of America was founded exactly 9 weeks and 1 day after the Illuminati.
Wow.
It is scandalous. It truly is scandalous. Somebody's talking about a Porsche 911. Well, you had a guy from Jackass, Ryan Dunn, died in a Porsche 911 that was red. You had James Dean die in a Porsche 911 that was red. You had the star from Fast and Furious who died in a Porsche 911 that was red.
Did he die in a Porsche 911 or was it a different car?
No, I'm almost certain it was the 911. Again, we know all about 911. Why are they calling a car 911? What is it with this number? Like, there's so many numbers. You've got a Porsche 911, one of the most iconic cars in the world. Porsche. That Porsche is Porsche German?
Actually, Porsche. What's the symbol for that? Isn't that a horse?
Let's have a look. I'm not an expert when it comes to cars. I know Germany you have your Porsche, your BMW, your Mercedes. A lot of great cars come from Germany, but their logo, I'm almost certain, has a horse in the center, a black horse. Let me look. I think it does. Yeah, there's a black horse in the middle of it.
Wow, there you go, another horse.
Which has to be connected to the 4 horsemen of Revelation. It has to be.
Yeah.
And you got the horse. Well, is Torino the bull?
Yeah, Torino's a bull, and
Toro means bull, doesn't it?
Torino means like small bull.
Yeah, like Torito in Spanish is small bull. I guess Torino in Italian is small bull. All right, so yeah, you got more horse symbols. Do you think that there's some do you think like demons can possess a car? Have you seen the movie The Conjuring where demons possess like dolls and toys and clocks? Like they said, Nimrod would basically, his spirit would come back and basically live within a tree. That's why you have Christmas trees up, because Nimrod was born Christmas Day. Do you think there is a possibility that demons can literally take over your car?
It's possible. I wouldn't rule it out.
I wouldn't.
I mean, they even made a film about that, didn't they? What was it called? Christine, where the car had...
There's a movie about the car that got possessed. They've got to be able to do it. Yeah, I think that they can. They obviously, their ultimate goal is to possess a human vessel. But I'm almost sure they can possess like objects, to be honest. I don't know enough about it, but I've seen plenty of movies that have told us that.
And he crashed 4 months, 1 week after his birthday. And of course, AC Milan's nickname is the Diavolo. And Lentini equals 38, crashed on 38. Lucifer equals 38. RIP equals 38. Although he didn't die, but his top flight career certainly did. And he was driving the Porsche 911, and to 911 attacks, it was a span of 8 years, 40 days.
What? And you know, in the Premier League, each team plays 38 games a season in the league, don't they? Because there's 20 teams, but they can't play themselves, so they play 38 games in the league.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And Brady won Super Bowl 55, which was so satanic, the 38th day of the year, and he was born the 3rd of August, like 3/8.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
This is insane, mate.
Crazy. He played most of his career at Torino, which means Bull, and Michael Jordan played for Chicago Bulls. And Jordan was born 2,230 days before Lentini, and 223 like guidestones erected on.
And that's the 48th prime. And that's the 48th prime.
Yeah, I've got that. And it's obviously a mirror of 322 Skull and Bones. Yeah. And as you say, 48th prime, Illuminati, Freemason. And Jordan's birthday is 2/17, and the plane struck that Basilica Superga 217 years after it was consecrated.
Oh my
an order
goodness.
Of the Jesuits equals 217.
And Michael Jordan, he played for the Bulls, where Chicago Bulls were founded in 66. Michael Jordan went to 6 NBA Finals, won 6 NBA Finals, won 6 MVPs. Bulls in Gematria is 66. The Bulls connected to the Beast. The Church of Satan was founded in 66. So somebody like Michael Jordan undeniably was possessed by a demon. That's why he stuck his tongue out every time he dunked, which connects to the devil. He would always stick his tongue out whilst he was dunking. Crazy.
Yeah. Prince of the Air. He used to hang in the air like nobody.
Yeah, well, Nike Air. Think about your Nike Air Max and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, Prince of the Air, Jordan, yeah. And Jordan connects to the River Jordan, which is all biblical as well. It's so deep, man. Like,
it's so deep.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes
it is.
We're only scratching the surface. Sometimes it's so deep.
So it's and that's isn't that's beautiful as well, isn't it? That there's so much more. Like, there's so much more to it. We're never ever going to have all the answers. That's what's fun. This will never get boring. We're just going to get better. We're never going to have all the answers, though.
On.
Yeah, which is somewhat amazing. It's not like, oh God, this is never ending. Like going for a run where there's no finishing line, that would do your head in. But this is actually great. It's just learning. I think that's one of the main reasons we're here, is to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. This is insane.
Basilica of Superga was consecrated 11th of the 1st, 1731. 10703 weeks to Pope Francis's birth. 173 is 40th prime. The devil equals 40. 131. 173rd prime is 1031. And Moloch was the ancient pagan god to whom child sacrifices were offered. Moroni died age 24. Lentini crashed age 24. Moloch equals 24. And Satanism equals.
Well, what about Michael Jordan, whose dad died, and then right after Michael Jordan won the NBA on Father's Day?
Yeah.
The question is here again. We don't know this, mate. We don't know it. Like, have you you hear about celebrities who've sold their soul to the devil? Have you heard of Faust? The character Faust, the protagonist, fallen angel.
No.
So he's a fallen angel, and basically, he was highly successful here on Earth, but he was dissatisfied with his life. So he eventually would make a pact with the devil at a crossroads, where he exchanged his soul for unlimited knowledge and worldly pleasures. So somebody like Jordan, the greatest basketball player ever, is starring in Hollywood movies that were successful, at least with Space Jam. He's got his own brand. Now he owns an NBA club. So just the most incredible life looking outside in to what Jordan's accomplished. As he knowingly sacrificed his father, or when you make that pact with the devil and you literally make the pact with the devil, do you have no say? And maybe he feels deep regret, but it's not like he said, okay, you can kill my father, because it's genuine tears. Like when Kanye talks about his mom, he breaks down like a 2-year-old child. And he's basically said that him signing that record deal, his mum would still be here if he didn't. So it's almost like they make this pact with the devil, but I don't think they 100% know. Like, okay, you have to take out your mum. You have to take out this person. I'm not sure it works like that, but I think they're aware that they sell their soul and they're going to lose things that are important to them. Because the whole thing with Faust.
I think they might be aware, but they don't know what the price will be. And then when Satan says, right, now I'm taking your mother, they got no say.
It's because they say all magic comes with a price.
Yeah, they signed the contract, and now it's time for them to pay back Satan because he don't give you nothing for free.
Yeah, well, you have to give him more. You have to give him more than he gives you. So it's always just gonna, that's why you just see all these people. The whole world just collapses, and more often than not, I feel like with a lot of them, he truly uses and abuses them. Like there's so many rappers and athletes who've come on the scene and they've been incredible and just disappeared. They've just gone. It's like, wait, didn't that guy have 3 number ones? Where's he gone now? Just disappeared. Do you think that's because they're not playing along with Satanism anymore? Is it because he thought, I can't get much more out of this person, I'm going to move on to somebody else? This upcomer, this guy has more talent, I'm getting rid of that guy. Like, it's really deep.
It could be that. It could be that. Like Dele Alli, he's nothing now, but at one point they were saying he was going to be one of the best talents.
Dele Alli, what about, well, I'll just say this, 6079 Smith said, is it a coincidence that Michael Jordan played 666 regular season games if you don't count the game he broke his foot before his dad died? 666.
Yeah,
so,
the same as Brazil, 666.
Yeah, they got knocked out, didn't they, with 666 wins and 76 all-time World Cup wins, which connects to 42 with the Beast. 7 times 6 is 42.
Yeah.
And that's why the Georgia Guidestones came down on 7-6 and George Bush Jr.'s 76th birthday. But so you
back to Jordan.
Yeah, go on.
Go back to Jordan. He made just from his shoes Air Jordan, which I think had like I don't know, people were possessed to own them almost.
Well, people were killing people. There was all the articles.
Sorry?
All the articles in the newspaper where people were getting killed for the Jordans.
Yeah. And he made, God knows how many, hundreds and hundreds of millions.
Oh, he's made millions. I think they said he's made more money from Jordans than his NBA career, which makes sense.
Yeah, probably. Wouldn't surprise me, yeah.
It's just, so think about footballers. You mentioned Dele Alli. He came on the scene with Kane. He was like, this guy is unbelievable, linked with Real Madrid. Where is he now? Where is Everton?
You know, he was a Turkish team, and I think they're getting rid of him. He was on loan from Everton to a Turkish team.
Okay.
And I think he got booed.
That's what I mean.
And I think they don't want him anymore in Turkey.
So, and then, do you remember Ravel Morrison?
Yeah, he's a bit of a bad boy.
Well, no, that's what they've presented him as.
Well, the media portrayed him to be.
So, Ravel Morrison came through the academy at United, and Fergie and Rio and Giggs, they said he's the greatest player to ever come through the academy, like natural talent. And then they said, well, he just lost his head. He was hanging around with the wrong people. I think Ravel Morrison said, I don't want to do what you want me to do. I don't want to take part in this. I think Ravel Morrison was a good guy. And now he's obviously probably messed up with what they offered him. And they destroyed his career. You can't just say, oh, he lost his head. And no, I'm not having that. I'm not having. He wouldn't have got through all the academies. They would have got rid of him if he was such a wrong and he was doing drugs and he was so. They would have got rid of him there and then. Like he wasn't willing. I don't think like someone like Pogba, Lingard, who I've always said atrocious footballer. Lingard, who came through with Pogba in that youth team where they won the FA Youth Cup. Lingard's gone on to play for United, and every year I was like, how's he still at United? Like, how's he not been released yet? Everyone else is getting released, top players. Why is Lingard always get a new contract? And you see that when he celebrates, he puts the devil horns up and he sticks his tongue out and his stupid dances, which are satanic, which I've come to realize. And he's got a female name, Jessie. So, again, look, do you remember Michael Ricketts? Michael Ricketts had this one unbelievable season with Bolton where he got 20+ Premier League goals. It was unbelievable. Called up to England. After that, he disappeared. Like, do you remember that DJ Campbell who came up from like non-league to the Premier League? He just disappeared.
Yeah, he was from somewhere in South America, wasn't he?
Well, he was playing just really like low league, low level. And then someone like Vardy's coming from the league, like the level I was playing at, to being Premier League top goal scorer and playing for England. Like, come on. He's clearly and winning the Premier League and going on that 11 games in the Premier League, breaking that record, 11 games in a row where he scored. The guy was playing in the 8th tier a few years before. Like, it can't be, man. If it's as legit as to say it's the best players in the world in the Premier League, how can you go from the 8th tier, getting paid 100 quid, to then playing for your country in a few years without support of a demon? He got released by Wednesday at 16. Sheffield Wednesday is the only club that has a day of the week in their name. And Sheffield Wednesday are called the Owls, which connects to Moloch, which connects to the occult. And then it gets released by them. Most people get released at 16. It happens so often. And then they go play semi-pro or they just stop playing. He goes from Stalybridge, where I've played against them in Sheffield, to literally playing for England, mate. And people just say it's an amazing story. Like, no, there's demons involved there. Oh, it can't happen. He wasn't that good either. I've seen him. I win a game against him.
Jamie Vardy?
Yeah, Vardy when he was in Stalybridge. Like, when I was younger, like, he was talented. He was just a fast, skinny, very strong, despite his build. And it wasn't like, wow. You're just like, that guy's a fast striker. He's very nippy. Like, you don't want him, like, you don't want to give him space. It wasn't like, wow. And then he's playing for England. How? Without demons.
And then you had Adriano.
Yeah.
Top talent, very long, and then he just flopped.
Yeah, they said Adriano was like the most talented. Somebody said he was the most talented Brazilian of all time, natural. He was fast, he was strong, like best left foot in the world. He could do anything with the ball. And yeah, then he got depressed, didn't he? They said he suffered from depression.
And they said he was out playing women.
Yeah, well, they said he was an alcoholic. He was having sex with all these different women. But then towards the end of his career, they said he quit because he was depressed. He wanted to be back in Brazil, supposedly. He missed his family. Nonsense. Yeah, I don't believe that. No. Nonsense. Yeah. Why wouldn't you bring your family out to Italy when you're a multimillionaire?
Exactly.
It's not a bad place to live, is it?
No.
Lies. Just lies.
Not like it's north of England where it's cold.
Yeah, and again, like if it was all legit, if you're a 36-year-old, incredible talent, legend, Ronaldo, would you go back to Manchester in a struggling team at 36?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Unless you were going to Man City. Unless he was going to Man City, you could justify it if you believed in it, like to win more trophies. But he went to United, who were like really struggling. He has no choice. Do you think he wants to be in Saudi Arabia right now? Or is it the beast controls what he does? Everything about his life's controlled by a demon, because he is one.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It truly is. It truly is.
You can't prove anything, obviously, but that's the only thing.
You can reveal patterns, mate. You can reveal patterns.
Yeah.
We won't be able to prove.
Patterns. No. As I said, this code here, not even the code, the storyline, no way is that man, you know. It's impossible. So that guy was trying, the Jesuits sent that guy in his Fiat, the supporter, to run over his idol at that time and so on. No, I don't buy that for a second.
No, and I don't think anyone's creative enough to even make up the story. Like, I think it actually happened.
I do believe everything in that what I read up was true.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think anybody's written that story. I think it actually happened.
Yeah. It's all ritual, but how's it being done is the only
Black magic.
Yeah, it's the only explanation. Scripted, coded reality, black magic, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, is there any more? This is outrageous.
No, that was it. I said it wasn't going to be...
No, we said an hour. And it's been an hour.
The storyline itself was like presentable enough, I think.
Wow.
It's a bit crazy.
Well, that was absolutely incredible, mate. And again, it's just to make people think like this world that we've been brought up in is not what we think it is. It's not. It's not. It is somewhat of an illusion. If practically everything's been a lie, we've been living within an illusion. And I think...
I mean, people might come up with the conclusion, Torino were the biggest rivals of Juventus, and Agnelli's, they're like gangsters almost, and they took him out. But if it's rigged and scripted, it wouldn't matter what kind of team they have anyway.
Well,
Torino.
Alto said...
If it's scripted for Juventus...
Yeah, keep going.
If it's scripted for Juventus to win the next few Scudettos, it's going to happen no matter who's in the Torino team. So that's not an answer either.
That's absolutely true.
Plotted to take out the whole, with the airplane.
And the reality is this, Chuck. First of all, Turin was the first capital of Italy, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
Alto said Turin was the first capital of Italy.
It's a very Jesuit city, same as Genoa.
Well, Italy's just an incredibly Jesuit nation, isn't it? That's why the Vatican's there.
Oh, yeah.
But when it comes to these professional sports franchises, right, they are all run by the same people.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who wins. It doesn't matter who's relegated. It doesn't matter who's in the Champions League. What matters is, are you paying them? Are you giving them the energy? They don't care. Whoever wins this Super Bowl, they split profits anyway. It's a show.
Yeah.
I told you, it's wrestling. They all work for WWE. They're all serving the same boss, but they present themselves as enemies or partners or whatever it is, that whether tag team partners, enemies, they're all working for the same ultimate purpose, and that's to deceive people.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, they're doing this because of that, and they won because of more money. No, they won because of the code. And then they're very smart in justifying it. Do you know what I mean? Like, they can present like the demons. So
oh, right. Oh, yeah. They can sell you anything, and to the 95%, they can sell them anything in the media, and they'll swallow it.
Yeah, it's like Italy. So Italy was struggling, then they go 34 games undefeated. Or 37, I don't even know. I think it was 37. They went 37 games undefeated. And then they lost to Macedonia and missed out on the World Cup qualification. And people just like, what happened there? Oh, it's just an off day. Oh, this, that. There's always something they can justify it with. It's like, wait, they've just won 37 games or undefeated in 37 games. And they're losing against Macedonia at home.
Yeah, and Saudi Arabia today, I think that stupid Gulf Cup, they got beat by, I think it was Iraq, 0-2 away. And yet they can beat Argentina.
Wait, go on. I missed that.
The Gulf Cup, Saudi Arabia, I think it was Iraq.
Okay.
Not Iraq, who are probably worse.
No, Iraq are most certainly worse than Iran. And speaking about 62s with Queen Elizabeth, then England beat Iran 6-2 in the first game of the World Cup.
Yeah.
Come on. So what do you say? Iraq beat Saudi Arabia when?
Today. I was flicking through the results. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, if I remember rightly, it was Iraq, not Iran.
Iraq beat Saudi Arabia, who beat the world champions on November the 22nd, who had a 36-game undefeated run. And now Iraq's just beaten Saudi Arabia. Oh, my goodness. See what I mean? It's nothing to do with talent. Like Iraq had to win today for whatever ritual was being fulfilled through the numbers of that game. That's why they love the whole saying of every dog has its day, and they've done so many movies about underdogs like Rocky Balboa to mess up our like how we see the world. We always love it when an underdog wins. We don't use our common sense. Like, wait, that team got beat 9-0 yesterday. And then the day after, they just won 3-0 against a team that's actually above the team they lost to 9-0. Wait, what just happened there? Oh, well, no, they were just... The coach gave them an inspired speech overnight, over dinner. And then they changed the player. It's like,
they
what?
weren't hungry like the underdogs. The underdogs were really hungry for the win.
Oh, yeah, the underdogs were hungry for the win, yeah. Yeah, that desire. It's like, where was that desire the game before when they got pumped 9-0? It's just comical. Like, yeah, that's why the average person who gambles will end the year significantly down because they think everything's based off talent.
Talent and statistics.
Yeah.
That they read up.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is crap.
Well, it's like people saying to me, they're all saying Brady's definitely beating the Falcons. He's beat them 11 games in a row. He's never lost to them. I was like, well, you don't understand the power of 1-1-1, do you? And he lost. They were thinking he can't lose to them. Yeah. He's so good against them. It's like, number one, the roster's changed practically every year in the NFL. So that's a weak argument in itself. So they'll see a stat like that and think, well, he's definitely winning. That's not how it works. It goes from day to day, doesn't it? It's day to day, whatever the code is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, Chuck, that was truly remarkable. You get better every day. You have a Patreon. What is it? Because you do codes like this. Chuck also codes sports, and he's very good, and you always learn from his codes. But he does levels of codes like this consistently where you're going to see through the illusion without having to win money. And he only charges $5, which is...
$5, Chuck is called.
Yeah,
daily picks. I'm a bit disillusioned because probably about 60%. So I'm doing more futures more than anything.
But your codes you always learn, don't you? Like your codes will always learn, and they're always really interesting. But again, mate, just every day.
With something like this, I actually get more joy than a daily pick that might not hit. Something like this is like.
Oh, this is far. This is far more enjoyable. It's far more enjoyable. It's far more interesting, and the people that truly care about knowledge will prefer this more than. Well, I've noticed when I do a post video about a perfect code, nobody watches it. If I ever do a live where I give a pre-code where they can win money on it before it's happened, I get like 4 times the amount of views because they can gain from it financially.
Yeah.
When I've called it, they're like, well, who cares? It's already happened. It's like, wait, but look what I'm saying. I've coded the entire scripts of a game to show you we live in a coded reality. Yeah, but I can't win money off it. And those people, they won't get very far with the knowledge, unfortunately. But again, it's not for everybody, is it? The knowledge people often want. Society is, you want to gain from everything, don't you? Like, and people don't actually acknowledge that they're gaining the knowledge. Yeah, but they're not acknowledging that.
You know, even though this one, for instance, is like 60, 70 years ago, but it still shows you how coded it was.
It shows you how far back it is, because people are saying it's only recent.
And how they were coding Pope Francis back then.
It's because he's already been chosen, this demon, this false prophet. His probably numbers have been there from the very beginning, Francis, because all of his numbers connect to Revelation. Every one of them connects to Revelation.
More so than any other pope, this one,
yes. It's like it's already been written, mate. It's like, all right, let's just put it this way before we finish. So it's almost like, you have a movie. Doesn't mean that the main guy or the main guys have to appear at the very beginning of the movie. The script's already been written. Pope Francis is in that movie. He's right at the end of it. It was already written into the story.
Like, it's the main protagonist.
Yeah. And if this is a story that we're living in, there's a show called, what's it called? It's set in a place called Storybook. It's called Once Upon a Time. And it's about all these Disney characters that are basically human beings. They live within Storybook. Like the Wicked Witch is there, Snow White, Prince Charming, Captain Hook, and it's called Storybook, and it's almost like this whole life we're living in is just one big story. Like it is the Bible's basically a story, isn't it? A book. It's a story. It's scripture. It's a story. And like, why do you think they call it history? His story.
Yeah.
So yeah, these people like Francis, their part was written at the beginning.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Crazy, mate. This is. Thank you for this, Chuck. It's 3:12. I think Jorge Mario Bergoglio gets you 3:12. It's just turned 3:13 for when he became the Pope. 3:13. Did you know this, Chuck? You've read my FIFA book. You know he was.
Oh yeah. I've listened to it audio, all the way through.
Oh, thank you.
Listen to it again to catch some up, the main.
Thank you. You know Francis is the 266th Pope.
Yeah.
All right, and he became the Pope 3:13:13. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 is the second prime. 13 is the sixth prime. 13 is the sixth prime. 266.
Yeah. Yeah, I put that in the code one.
How insane is that?
Mad.
So somebody's saying, what's Chuck's Patreon? If I go on Patreon now, Chuck, what do I type in? Just Chuck?
It's just Chuck. You'll see Chuck Norris doing kung fu moves. That's my page.
Right, I'm fine. Chuck.
It's not even sports. It's the title is just Chuck.
Trying to find it.
It might be a few down the list.
Yeah, there's quite a few. So okay, guys, if you have Patreon, just type in Chuck, and what is it? Chuck Norris.
The picture you'll see is Chuck Norris in a white karate suit.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, you'll be able to find him. Okay, they'll find you. They'll find you. If they have a Patreon, it'll be really easy to find. It's because I don't have one.
Right.
But yeah, and Chuck, what Chuck can do, guys, Chuck will have a link for his Patreon. He can put it in the comments when this video's over. You can just put it there. You can click on it. Do you know how to do that, Chuck?
Yeah, I can do that.
Just say, this is my Patreon link for anyone interested, and then they can click on it. It's probably easier that way.
Yeah, we'll do, yeah.
Right, well...
I'm trying for a month, see if you like it.
Yeah, exactly. You can try something for a month for $5, which is basically, what, $1.25 a week? $1.25. Like, come on. If you don't like it, you just cancel it. Yeah, I'd be amazed if people leave, but people do it, don't they? It depends on their financial situation, but again, if you're struggling for $5, you really are struggling, and I hope they can get out of that, because you can't really do much with $5.
No.
Well, yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully a few people sign. Julian said he's signing up now. So anyways, Chuck didn't come on here for a plug. He didn't ask me to do any plug. He had this amazing code, which proved to be an incredible code. And I think literally what he just revealed in the last hour was unbelievable. You should be paying for him to do that in like front of thousands of people, but it'll never be the case because it's too sacred what he's revealing. So, Chuck, somebody's asking, does aftershave have demons in it? Again, they rarely promote aftershave, don't they, and deodorant, which tells me it's not good for you. Just everything they promote, all the celebrities have their own aftershave. I'm sure they don't even wear it. Probably damages you. It'll have a negative effect on you for sure. I don't know what.
I think yeah.
Right, well, I'll let you go, mate, because I'll finish off with these comments, and then I've got stuff to do. I haven't even responded to comments on my website yet. So thank you, Chuck. If you have any more of these, just tell me, and you can present them. Thank you.
Will do. Speak soon.
Yeah, we'll do, mate. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
So again, there's not many people in the world that can do what he does. The syncs that he makes, the finds that he makes, especially with date durations. The guy has a gift. I'm meant to be in communication with him. I believe that everyone on my website is meant to be there. It's just, this year is going to be a real eye-opener. It's going to be a beautiful mess. It's going to be a real opportunity to see what this world's all about. So much is going to be revealed to those who want to learn. You've got to want to learn. Otherwise, you're not going to process this information. You've got to want to learn. You've got to be interested and intrigued and open-minded. Or this is just going to just sound like somebody rambling when he's saying all the stuff that he said. I understood it all. And I was like, wow. So 266 days, 923, but there's no pre-tribulation rapture. Don't fool yourself. Yeah, that's interesting. 23 is the 9th prime as well. And then the 266 Pope visited the White House on the 266th day of the year. Like, give me a break. Just give me a break. All right. I'm going to read this last thing out from 6079 Smith, and I've got to get off. From Kobe's birth until the day Magic announced on the 311th day, 2480 days. Kobe's birth to 9/11, 8420 days either way. It's 248 Kobe. That's incredible because Magic Johnson is one of the most iconic players for the Lakers, just like Kobe. 248 connects to the Ukraine. That's when they declared its independence, 248. Connects to Pluto, which is coming up next year, 248 years when it connects to Pluto, 248. All connects to 32. 24 plus 8 is 32. 26 plus 6 is 32. Wild. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. Much love. Again, thanks to everyone who supports my website, who's bought my books, who sends me amazing emails. I appreciate you all. I think Kobe watches your broadcasts. He might. Again, did he die? Did he not? Can't prove it. I'll show you the numbers behind his so-called death all day long in my book, but I can't prove that he's dead. I can't prove that he's alive. I know that. So take care. Thank you. Much love and have a wonderful rest of you. What even day is it? Monday. Take care. And thank you. Thank you, Chuck.